Hello there. Welcome to the Drifting Spore. I'm Steve. It's an absolutely gorgeous fall evening here in Nova Scotia. I'm out on the drift. It's before supper, through supper. I'm gonna get supper whenever I get home. I'm out after work, and lately I've been thinking. It's been on my mind now for a little while, but I've been thinking that over these past few days, conditions have been just right for a mushroom I've been looking for. I found it last year for the first time, and I still got a little bit left that I dehydrated. I've been using it in my teas. And so the conditions, like I say, have been right. It's been cool in the evenings, cool overnight here in Nova Scotia lately. And we had a bit of rain a week ago. It's been very dry for the last number of months here. But anyway, we had some rain. The weather's been getting cooler in the evenings, cooler during the day, and that is perfect conditions for Hericium mushrooms, which would be like your lion's mane, your bear's head tooth, and your coralloides, Hericium coralloides. Now, last year I thought that I had harvested coralloides. Now, and I think I pronounced it coralloids last year, but I heard Adam Harrington from Learn Your Land call it coralloides. So I think I'll call it that too, I guess. He's pretty knowledgeable about such things. So anyway, I drifted up the third wash to where I found this mushroom last year. And guess what? It's here again, man. So I'm very excited. It's not huge. It's not a big one, but it looks like there could be more on the way. So let's have a look at it. Let's harvest it. And then I think I'm going to drift a little bit further up this way. And then I'm going to see how things play out. Anyway, I'm seeing more mushrooms and I have all summer this one drift. Right? Things are finally starting to pop. It's early October. So right on, man. Let's have a look at this mushroom. Well, thank you very much for joining me. I hope you enjoy. So last year when I found this mushroom, I found it right here in this crack. See how there's some white stuff coming under there? Didn't notice that till just now. Now this also is a birch tree that's old and dead. Oh, there's more coming there. My staff and my tripod just fell over. Oh boy. In a few more days in there, I think. That's all mycelium. And I would say it's from Hericium mushrooms. That's so cool. I'm going to have to come back to the spot maybe Sunday. Or in a few days anyway. So over here, I'll show you what I found. Yeah, this looks like coralloides to me. Definitely Hericium though. How cool is that? And I see more mycelium on this log. Just get a couple pictures. I'll set the tripod up and we are definitely, size comparison, he's not huge, but he's a nice little mushroom, man. How exciting. Very cool. I'm going to set up the tripod and we're going to harvest this guy. So I'll get my basket out, which I've got attached to the outside of my pack. Now, this tree was killed by chaga. I can see chaga all over this tree. You need to remember that you should never ever harvest chaga off a dead tree. It gets a bacteria in it that'll make you awfully sick, man. So make sure you harvest your chaga off live trees. But perfectly fine for this Hericium, man. So awesome. There's 3 types of Hericium mushrooms. There's lion's mane, bear's head tooth, and coralloides. This I believe to be coralloides. I want to try to get it off here without taking too much dirt, man. And I'd like to take a second just to kind of connect with this mushroom, man. This is a super medicinal mushroom. Really good for your brain. I've been putting this one in my teas. They're really good eating too, but I've been putting it in my tea now for, well, a year right about now. And I dehydrated what I harvested last year. And man, like you get the brain fog goes away after you drink a tea with this mushroom in it. And it's just, I would hope that the mushroom would understand that I'm going to harvest it for my health, for my brain health, for the mental clarity it provides me, and that I am so very grateful to have come out here tonight and found this. I knew it was going to be good when I came out, because as soon as I started in, I got started coming up this side hill and I fleshed a snipe. And man, good things happen whenever you see snipes. That's my opinion anyway. So thank you. Thank you very much, Hericium coraloides. Appreciate you. Just going to very gently, I'm going to come from this side. Get it right there. Oh, that's perfect. What a lovely, lovely little fistful of mushroom. Right on. That's so awesome. These guys are pretty delicate, so I'm super happy that I brought my basket. I don't know if you can see him or not. Coraloides has more like branches on him, but he's still got the long teeth. Amazing. Wonderful mushroom going in my basket tonight. Very nice. Now I'm gonna cruise around this area and see if I can find any more, man. But I'll definitely be back to this spot because I can see all kinds of white on these logs. So in a few days, I would imagine that there's going to be more in here. It's so cool. Okay, I'm going to continue drifting, looking for down logs just like this. You can also find Hericium mushrooms in trees, like in living maple. They can be found all over the place, man. Right on. Holy. Well, I did a whole bunch of drifting up over the hill. Didn't see any more Hericium mushrooms, but man, it's nice up in there. I took a couple videos while I was walking through. Beautiful area, some really big old birch and big old sugar maple. Lovely spot. But it's getting on, so I drifted back down the way I came, and I'm gonna stop right here at the random rock, man. I haven't spent much time here lately. Since spring, I guess, probably. It's nice and quiet in here, man. I'm gonna set up and make myself a cup of tea. I brought the hammock chair with me, but I don't have a great place to deploy it right here. So, I mean, I could run it right there to there, but I don't know. I'm good with just sitting on the ground here. Anyway, let's get set up and get a nice cup of tea on the go. Celebrate our Hericium mushroom find, which is still in my basket. I was worried when I was bumping around through the woods there that he wasn't going to be there, but he was. Beautiful. Oh, he smells good. I am tickled about that, man. This whole drift, that completes my season right there, right? That one find. But I'm sure there's going to be more up there, so I'm going to be back. I'm going to be back checking. Anyway, I'll set up for a cup of tea. Okay, I'm going to put just a splash more alcohol, or methyl hydrate actually, into my stove, not too much. So I'd kind of like to burn the alcohol or methyl hydrate out of it tonight. So what's been in it has been in it for a few days. I'll put my grill on now because that'll be hot. There we go. Let's shower a spark at it and see if we get her going. Oh, she's going. I saw a flame. Yep. And I got my Twinings Earl Grey, as per usual. I always just break the label puller off because if you leave it hanging out, it's going to get burned off anyway. Now, is this going to balance okay? I added that little grill so that my canteen cup will have a bigger surface to sit on. There we go. I think that's going to be okay there. I'll put a little stick under it. There we go. Now, if I don't fool with it too much, that should work just fine. Right on. There we go. My tea has hit a rolling boil. So let's pour it. I'll try not to splash my hands this time. I'm just going to leave the tea bag right in the canteen cup. There we go. Oh, this smells good. Turned hot. How much alcohol's left in this? It's not too much. I'm going to let that burn for a little bit. See if it'll burn itself out. I've been carrying methyl hydrate in it now for, geez, few drifts now, so I'm just gonna let that burn for the ambiance of it, I guess. I gotta keep reminding myself that it's gonna get dark early. Now that we're into October, it's not 9 o'clock before you gotta get out of the woods, right? So you gotta be thinking more like, right, I like to be out by 7 right now, I think. I think it's not really dark till like 7:30, 7:40 maybe p.m. But when you're up here, right, I'm up in amongst a bunch of hills and stuff, so the sun is already below the hills. It's making some really nice lights up there in the canopy, though. Beautiful. Anyway, I gotta let my tea cool off a bit, or it's gonna burn my face off. I'm gonna let that stove burn down a bit. It might be burned out before I finish my tea for sure. Want to watch? I don't know what's with the exploding thing it's been doing. It did it once to me really bad up on the dry creek bed where it like blew up. I wasn't expecting it at all. And then the last time I had it out, it sputtered a little bit. So I just want to burn all the methyl hydrate out of it this time. Maybe see if there's any junk in there. Maybe there's a piece of wood or piece of forest in there. Clean it out, I guess. Make sure he's good. He hasn't exploded this time, so that's great. I won't knock on wood because I've recently learned what that means when you say knock on wood. And that what I read, some folklore around that is that knocking on wood invokes the spirit of the wood. So although I'm very comfortable in the company of the spirit of the wood and the woods and the trees, I don't feel it necessary to evoke them for anything like this. Right. I'll bring you back for the taste test on the tea. Once it's cooled off, so. Keep expecting to see a Sasquatch run through any moment now. But it's definitely squirrels. I believe there used to be an old road that ran through here. This is part of my silvotherapy session trail that I've created. I'm out on Crown land, so it's public land anyway, and I didn't do anything to create the trail. I just found a way through, right? Like it's a mental path, not a actual path through the woods. But I haven't had anybody out on it yet. But anyway, that's besides the point. I'm all set. Whenever anybody's ready to go on their first silvotherapy session, I'm ready, man. But anyway, the squirrels, there's so many leaves down already. It's early. But there's so many leaves on the forest floor that I see them there now. Is it a squirrel or is it the snipe again? No, it's a robin. It's a robin this time. Anyway, he sounds like Bigfoot. Let's have a try of the tea. See if it's gonna burn my face completely off. Ooh, I can tell it's still warm. That's doable, man. That's all right. Nice. It's very important to take nice, deep breaths when you're out in the woods like this. Chickadees, man. The chickadees every single time I'm out. Is it like this for you? I don't know if they're just curious by nature or what, but every single time I'm out, I encounter a flock of chickadees at some point during the drift, right? You hear that robin jumping around back there again. No, it's still too hot for a minute. That's going to have to cool off some more. Whew. Listening to all the forest creatures, now's the time of night that they're all gathering up and getting ready to go home. The nocturnal ones are getting ready to get up. All kinds of things going on in here. Whew, I gotta wait for that tea to cool or it's gonna burn my face right off. That was a close one. I almost did it. There we go. That stove just burned itself out of methyl hydrate there now. I believe it's out. Perfect. That's better. That tea, jeez, I tried to spill it all over the place. That tea definitely needed a few more minutes to cool off. It's drinkable now. I'll have to remember to try to give you a shot of what I'm seeing up through the canopy. It's pretty thick right here, but I mean, there's the tallest trees right in here are maple, right? So the sun is just catching the top of them. That's pretty nice. Mm. Right on. What a great way to spend an evening. Yeah, I mean, sure, I'm missing out on supper, but I'll get supper when I get home, man. I'm very grateful for these opportunities I get to come out into the woods and look for things, right? Learn about things first. Learn as much as I can about things. Sometimes I learn about stuff before I go looking. Sometimes I see something and I have to learn about it. But to find that mushroom, man. The chickadees are close now. There they are. They just dropped something. Probably trying to poop right there. Don't be pooping on my mushroom, bro. Please. Oh, I see them now. Yeah, I don't know what it is. Chickadees. Every time I go in the woods, man, I encounter a flock of chickadees somewhere. And it's not just here, it's everywhere. It's at the beach. We have a nice flock of chickadees at the beach. But that's all shut down. That's done for this year, so a little bit more time to get in the woods. The weekend drifts. So my next drift, probably by the time I get this drift edited and uploaded, I'll be ready to go out on the next drift, I would say. And that one I'll try to get out during the day, so I have lots of time. And finding that, I'm going to have to check here, but finding that mushroom means I'm going to have to, I'd really like to get up into some hardwoods, some big old hardwoods. And I think I know just the spot, man, so I'll give that a try. I'll try here, though. I'm sure there's going to be more mushrooms come out on that log, just from the white that we saw on the log. That's mycelium. That's that mushroom getting started and getting ready to fruit, right? So I check him a couple days. A couple more days, I should be able to check it again. Hopefully there'll be more of it on there. I would love to get enough for the dehydrator again for this winter. I use it very sparingly. Once it's dehydrated, it doesn't actually get as small as you might think when you dehydrate it. It retains quite a bit of its shape and size. I just tear off little bits of it and take a pinch and put that in with my decoction that I make with my other mushrooms. And man, I tell you, I feel like I feel the effects of it, right? I feel like my mental clarity is the brain fog just clears for a couple days, right? 3 days sometimes. And I really appreciate that effect from that mushroom, man. And it's a dandy to eat. A lot of people, there's someone nearby to me in Amherst that sells lion's mane bags that you can grow your own Hericium mushroom. And I think she's called Off the Log. So look her up. I know she's on Instagram, and she has some really nice looking stuff there, man. I haven't tried her kits yet, but because my goal is always to find it in the wild, right? Which I did tonight. But it is a heck of a lot of fun if you're just getting into mushrooms or something. Growing mushrooms is a great way to get started. It's very rewarding. It's amazing how much they'll grow in a day. I think I have videos, if you look back to a year or 2 years ago, there's videos of when I grew lion's mane as well. Oh, that's nice. Anyway, it's time to get really quiet here. Just listen to everything rustling through the leaves and watch as the sun gets dimmer and dimmer up in the canopy, man. And have my tea. Right on. one's still there. I was setting up the camera there while I'm having my tea, and when I set it up, I noticed you can see the face of this rock, man. Look at that. How awesome is that? All the times I've been here, I've never noticed that there's a face literally in this stone. He's just a random rock in the woods. I don't mean just. I'm sorry to offend you like that. I don't mean it. Far more than just a stone in the woods. You are a random rock. And I am grateful to have met you. Wow. That's cool. Right on. Well, it's well and truly getting on. There's no sun on the canopy now. Ah, my tea's almost gone. And the squirrels are chattering like mad. I don't think it's me that's got them worked up. I heard a loud branch break up on top of the ridge there. Something might have been moving through has got them a little rustled up. Or they could just be talking to each other. Who knows? Or it could be Bigfoot, man. Them fellas open up a portal and step out. I'm sure the squirrels just go nuts. Beautiful. I just gotta savor that last drink of Earl Grey. Wonderful. Well, that was amazing, man. Perfect. Perfect drift. I really enjoyed that. Not a huge one, but very productive. I guess I'll pack on and get ready to head down the hill, man. Right on. I thought I put a slip knot in this. I'm sure I did, but he ain't not slipping. There it comes. There we go. I got it now. Or do I? Yeah, I do. Sort of. Sometimes I struggle with that. Almost every time, I guess. Okay, let's pack on without losing my mushroom. Well, there we go. That's it for this drift, man. What a great one. Hericium coralloides, I would say, is what I got there. The coral tooth, maybe? No. That sounds, I'm not sure of a common name for that one. He's Hericium anyway. That's all that I need to know. Any of those three mushrooms have got all the same benefits, so It's a really good day. I've had a lovely time in the woods, man, but it is getting on. I'm losing the light here, so I better get going. Thank you very much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed my little video here, man. I hope to see you on the next one. Thanks for joining me. I hope you enjoyed. Oh, and remember, you will never find anything unless you get out and look. Go have a look, man. It's worth it. Bye for now.